Okay, welcome to the Town of Madison Recreation Committee meeting, July 9th, and it is 5:34. So to start the meeting, I wanted to find out if everybody took a look at the meeting minutes. I just wanted to get those approved. Did you have a chance? I know I sent an email.
I didn't, but I wasn't at that meeting, so I can't approve them, can I?
No, it
No,
would be a no
yeah.
vote.
He wasn't either, so. Do you have enough to vote on them?
Yeah, we have me, Sherry, and
Okay.
Amy.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second that.
alright, so all in favor?
Hi.
Alright. Nice and easy. And then, public comment. I'm sure public isn't here today. Alright, so I think it's not gonna be a terribly long meeting. One thing I wanted to go over is kind of where we stood with our budget. And, you know, looking at it, I don't see a ton of concerns. We seem to be doing pretty well outside of our transportation line. I guess we need to take a look at that and see what that means for us, because we're getting close to hitting our budget line for transportation.
So the transportation line, the reason it's so close is because there was leftover invoices from last year that got lost in email and didn't get paid until this year, so they had to come out of that line. But I think there's money in other places. That line will show an over expenditure, but the bottom line should come out fine.
Yeah, so we may want to take a look at where we potentially could. And then our advertising budget. We have 16 cents left.
We should be done
But
for
are we
the most.
advertising anymore?
Yeah, we should be done for the most part
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Alright, so background checks, we should be fine.
You may have to do one more. You might need a new basketball coach in the winter, but
That's fine, I think we'll still be fine with that. Field trips. Okay, so, yeah, I guess that's the only thing that stuck out, was the transportation line, but otherwise we seem to be doing pretty well there.
Can you see that?
Do you guys wanna take a look at it? The one question I do have though in that is, that I didn't see is, where is the, donations?
they go into the rec revolving fund, so it's a different sheet. It's not on there.
Okay,
All of that is general budget information. The rec revolving
Okay.
fund is separate in QuickBooks.
okay. So you wouldn't happen to know the total in there?
It hovers at 5,500. I'm almost positive, or $6,000, because we started out with 5 or 6 after that first year, but the way we've been trying to do it is everything that we spend, we try to raise money for it at the same time, so we don't
Yeah.
deplete it.
Okay,
So it doesn't ever really go down.
okay. So I was just thinking out, like, if we had to pull for some money from transportation, that could be a possibility.
We could, yes, if we
Okay.
needed to.
On the lines of that, I do have a question for you. If, I know in the past, like, the committee earlier on, if parents needed help with things like camp or sports, we would, make a decision at the table whether or not we help them with things like that. Is that something we can still do?
I don't want to speak for the entire board, because of the board of I think that was kind of, the board of selectmen at the time didn't mind, but I can't speak for a full 5-member board at this point,
Okay.
because that board technically controls the money, so if we're gonna waive fees or extend payment dates and things like that, it would be a money issue and would technically go to that board.
Okay. Even anything out of the revolving fund?
Again, the selectmen are agents to expend via town meeting on the revolving fund, so whenever we expend from that, we submit a green sheet to the board, and the board signs off on it at the
Okay.
meeting.
Okay,
Not that we could, they haven't said no yet. So if there was something we wanted to spend out of it, there is money in there, and I think we talked about this at the beginning, I can't remember how much, I'd have to go back and look, but last year, we raffled some Red Sox tickets as a donation, and the money from that raffle was there for a sponsorship for someone who might need it. I think it was only $300 or $400, which is great. But if we wanted to take that money out of the revolving fund and put it into the general fund as a payment for somebody, that is an option.
okay. Yeah, I just I was wondering what qualified, just to make Heather's life easier.
And I think, there's, like, swim lessons was the same thing last year. There were people that donated that money went into the rec revolving, but then taken out to pay for swim lessons for
Right.
certain families that needed it,
Yeah.
so,
Okay,
yeah.
alright. So sponsorships, donations, we're still selling the banners, right?
Yep, I have 8 banners upstairs that I'm gonna grab when I leave here tonight that need to be put up. I mean, the advertisement never stops, I'm still always telling people about it. And at this point, it's basically a decision on their part, it's only gonna be up half the season if you order it now. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop you from ordering it because Steve Snow does not care. But I do have 8 upstairs, I just got the last 2 in yesterday. So they'll be
Okay.
going up as soon as I get a minute to go over there and hang them.
So the ones that have been ruined, did you reach back out to them?
I reached back out to at least half of them, I don't know if I got to all of them because I didn't have a complete list.
Oh, okay.
But I think you're asking about Nick, 'cause
Yeah.
I don't know if I reached out to him, you're right.
Because I know he would probably do it again, so.
I will ask him, yeah, and people like that, Steve has their
Yeah.
logo, so
Yep.
it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did get a sponsor for the water bottles, the full
Oh, good.
750. The caveat being, he doesn't want a logo on the water bottles, he just wants to pay for them and have them printed.
Even better. Seriously, like, there's not a lot of space, so that's great.
But it was Dr. Boone's office in North Conway.
Oh, awesome, okay.
Thank you, Dr. Boone.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe we could put a little doctor hat on there.
He's a periodontist, I don't know what kind of hat.
Okay. So, as far as funding issues or needs, I think it would be nice to come to the table the next time that we have a meeting, and I'll, just put in like thoughts, suggestions for next year on things like we'd like to see, whether it be programming, whether it's sporting equipment that we need, and just so we can get a baseline when we're drawing up a new plan. And I'd like to take a look at, I forgot to write down the name of this, the sports application that Conway uses. Do you guys remember the name of that?
It's like,
For sign-ups and to pay.
I wanna say it's like Hayrack or something. Like
It's
something
My
like
Rec.
that.
My
My
Rec.
Rec, okay.
That's, yeah.
So, I don't, maybe if they
I'll be over
have,
there at 6.
I'll just go load up the balls and steaks and stuff.
maybe if they have, maybe if we could watch a demo at some point and just request pricing. And if it's reasonable, like, that could be a time-saving solution for us and maybe streamline some things as well, as far as having to manage spreadsheets and all that stuff. It'd all be through one app. So I don't know, does somebody, I think multiple people should probably watch a demo of it, so I'll call them and see if we can set something up, and maybe we could just all log in and watch it, whoever's interested, and
Do
then
you
maybe
make
we-
payment through there?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested to see how Conway runs the payment side of it, because I know the Square was not fun.
Right, right. Yeah,
But
and
if
it's
it-
all through the application, so,
But if it's sports fees, then it probably won't matter, because the not fun part of it upstairs was separating donations and fees.
yeah,
So if it's no donations, then we know where all of the money is going.
yeah.
So it shouldn't be an issue.
Alright, yeah, I think that would be a good reason to like watch a demo, cause hopefully they have to understand like that separation and between like for different committees and town
But I
budget.
wonder who like OSP uses and really all of them.
I think OSP uses the same program,
Okay.
It's tiered,
I'm
isn't
looking
it,
right
based
now,
on the
but
size
I
of the
don't
rec
see
program?
anything.
I'm pretty sure,
Probably,
yeah.
I was reading.
Okay.
Alright, I'll put that as an action item. And if that's something that makes sense for us, then
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's something we budget for. Old home week, so I just need to, well, before we move there, does anybody else have any questions on did you guys wanna take a look at this? It's just our breakdown, the financial, where we stand and stuff. Does anyone else have any questions on that? Alright, Old Home Week, I'm gonna put out a, Canva to get people signed up for the, townwide yard sale, so I'll get that going this week. And I don't think we had anything else going on for Old Home Week, right?
We're doing the float. I'll be delivering my trailer to the field when I get back from vacation. Probably on the 20th. I'll deliver the trailer here. Eddie's gonna fix the sides back up so that we
Okay.
have walls, and then the kids will do their thing.
What day is that parade?
The
Friday, right?
11th.
11th, okay.
Don't quote me. It's that Friday though.
Okay,
Saturday the 2nd. Home Week starts. The following Friday is the parade.
So the 8th,
8th.
8th.
oh, yeah, okay.
August 8th, Friday night.
Thanks for that math, Heather.
So the other thing we keep going back and forth with, I noticed when I was doing the minutes, is that we keep saying, yes, we're gonna do a craft table, and then, no, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. So that's a little confusing. I mean, a lot of us just said we weren't gonna be there at the craft fair, but then Megan said that she would run it, and that she wanted the kids to do crafts for it. So I'm just trying to figure out, that's the only part that we were up in the air with, I think. Cause the softball game would
Monday.
still be a thing on Monday.
Yeah.
And then we wanna do the yard sale that weekend.
Yeah.
Well, are you
Um,
is there gonna be enough time to get the kids to do crafts to sell?
I bought kits, I bought birdhouse kits, cause at one
Okay.
point we said, yep, let's do it. But then,
I mean, double check with Megan. I can't run the table
I was
because
gonna
I'm
say,
doing
that's the
everything else.
biggest problem.
So she'll be the other, unless,
I can help definitely with the table.
cause
Okay.
you're,
So I would just reach out to Kate. We didn't have to pay for a
Right,
table the
we
first
haven't
year. She'll
asked,
just reserve
right.
us a spot. So if we have somebody that can run the table, especially if Meg's available too, then I would do it. What's the worst that
Okay.
happens? We don't
Yep.
sell them.
I just want definites,
Yeah.
cause I don't know what I'm doing,
So
so
you-
I'm not a definite.
Yeah, I can help her with the table.
Okay,
Or if she's not doing it, I can always do it.
what time is the craft fair? Is it, how long is it generally, like?
One or
I thought it was a morning thing.
Yeah, I think it is
oh,
morning.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause
thinking of the
you know
tie
why?
dye. We're doing
Because we
tie dye
always do
shirts.
ice cream, and I'm like, oh, ice cream for breakfast.
What is the date of the craft fair?
The 2nd.
Okay.
I'll confirm too, I might be able to be there.
I have a baby shower in the morning, so.
Oh, sorry.
I took
The 3rd.
uh,
Saturday, August 3rd.
Yeah,
No, Saturday, August 2nd.
That's the.
Oh boy, I hope we didn't print these.
Sunday is the 3rd.
Oh wait. No, these are last year's dates, but the times are the same. So the community fair is 9 to 2.
9 to 2.
9 to 2, that's not too bad. At least it's not all day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, I'm looking at last
Saw
year's
the
calendar.
birdhouses by
just-
11
I can
a.m. and we're good to
tell.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be out.
I can tell Kate that we want a table.
Okay.
I'll tell her right now.
And I'll revisit this with Megan. I'll shoot her out a note. And I know we have you and potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
I'll confirm.
Are you gonna build some birdhouses for it?
Would love to build some birdhouses. Take it to the next level.
We'll have a build off competition. Okay, cool. So we'll have the yard sale, townwide yard sale. We'll have a birdhouse table, and
The softball.
in the softball,
And
which I
pitch
can
for
help with the softball.
Which, speaking of, I want to steal something from Freedom. I think next year we should run a softball tournament during Old Home Week. Freedom's doing like a 3-day tournament.
Free
for
day.
Yeah, it's their old. I think their Old Home Week is not really a full week long, but they're doing a Saturday, Sunday, Monday night softball tournament.
You should do that with cornhole.
I was asked to play, but obviously can't because their Old Home Week is the same weekend as ours. But it dawned on me that it would be a great idea to do it here too.
Yeah. I don't know how you would do it. Like, what do you? People just sign up.
Yeah, they have teams sign up. You get somebody takes the bull by the horns and gets the team together, and then the team signs up as a whole.
Okay.
That seems like a lot.
Could be, and I think it's only 3 teams at Freedom, or 2 or 3 teams.
Okay.
It's not huge, but still something else to add to the pot.
Okay. All right. Anything else on Old Home Week?
I think so.
All right. Then summer rec. How's that going?
Great. Yeah. Week 3. It's definitely a different group of kids this year. It's a younger group. So they actually like to do the crafts that we do and the activities that we do. And yeah, it's been great. Swimming lessons. We're on week 2 of swim lessons. Those have been good. The lake, we're at 3 days a week at the lake. This week it's only 2 because we didn't have a bus for Friday, so we can't go Friday. Instead, on Friday, we're having a car wash at the school. The kids are very excited. They made signs today for that. We're also gonna sell / look for donations for lemonade, and we're gonna make a s'more trail mix thing that we're gonna hand out with your car wash. So the kids are excited about that.
So you'll do like a lemonade stand as well.
Lemonade stand, not really a full bake sale, but like a little trail mix snack.
Was the lemonade stand Wyatt's idea?
No, it was
Because
actually my
he
idea,
made
'cause we got the jug.
$100 this past weekend at a lemonade stand.
Oh my gosh, he's probably like, really? We're doing this again?
No, he's ready to do it every night.
Yeah.
It's like $100 in 2 days.
We were originally gonna have the car wash, the fire station, chief said we could do it there, but it's just easier to have it at the school, we're already there. So we're gonna break it up into, a morning group and an afternoon group and take a lunch break in between. So like the car wash will start at 10 and go till 11:30, and then we're gonna have to stop, take a lunch break, do a little playground time, and then come back at 12:30 and do it till 2.
Okay.
So there'll be 2 different groups, one group in the morning, one group in the afternoon. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Remy is our head counselor this year, and she has tons of ideas. So like the opposite group, so for instance, the car wash, we'll have a group in the morning doing that. The opposite group will be doing a popcorn experiment, how to make popcorn dance. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. So she's doing all that. We have the birdhouses we can work on, and then they'll just switch. But yeah, no, it's been a great group. The counselors are awesome. No major issues.
Being at the lake isn't 3 days, that's fine, that's been fine?
It's been fine so far.
Good.
Yep. I mean, the first week was our first week of 3 days at the lake, a field trip, and all of that. Where last week we only had 3 days at the lake, no field trip.
Yeah.
This week we're doing the opposite. 2 days at the lake, yes, a field trip. So it kind of just, it's how
Yeah.
it works out, but it's been good. Tomorrow we go to Aquaboggan. The weather's not great, but we're still going, and they'll have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been good.
I don't know if you, I don't know if it's the same for like everybody, but I saw at, in case you guys had to change anything, and this actually segues into something else, but Smitty's does Tuesday movies for $6. So
Our biggest problem is transportation.
Yeah.
We used Tim Eldridge, and he gave me a list of dates that are available. So like we did the car wash on Friday because he's not available to take us to the lake.
yeah,
So the days that we aren't at the lake, it's only because we don't have transportation.
Jokes aside, with the money we're spending on transportation, it might be time to buy something. We're spending $7,000 to $8,000 a year on transportation.
And I will say, I mean, I know even I'm a little worried about the transportation line, but we did up the cost of camp,
Mhm.
and we added a $3 charge to every child
Yeah,
field trip.
it's not that we're not
So we should
recouping
be
it, but the
okay,
problem
Just
is,
so you guys know, because it's a lot, but yet I think we're gonna be okay.
it's not that we're not recouping it, it's overspending the budget. So the money that we get in doesn't go back to the budget, it doesn't work that way. The money we get in goes into the general fund and then offsets taxes next year for what we expended this year. So yes, it's an offset, but it's never gonna show on there, and if we don't raise and appropriate the right amount, we still get screwed. I think we're fine because there's money in other places,
I was
and the
gonna say,
bottom line is all that matters. But we need to take a look at each line
Because it
next
may
year and
still
try to.
look at some point that the transportation line goes over.
It's our.
It will, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going over, but the other lines won't. And that we will never move it, it's gonna show that transportation went over, just
Right.
because that's where the money was going. But the other lines will offset it, so the bottom line comes out okay.
Yes.
Well, if we're
Um,
spending $7,000 a year, that is huge. The amount we can save.
I mean,
in the long
upfront,
run,
in the
it will
long
be
run, it's gonna
good,
pay
but-
off.
Yeah.
The upfront investment, maybe not, but the long run,
Yeah,
it
the long
will.
run.
And I almost wonder if we're better off with a couple passenger vans. So then we're not trying to hire like I don't know if they have to have a CDL, but a actual bus driver to only work. Because filling those positions is so hard. Where if you have a couple vans, passenger vans, and
The availability is
Then-
always there.
the counselors can drive those.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think we
There
should.
may be more to it, and I don't know what it's gonna be this year, because Eldridge is cheaper than what we spent last year. Last year was $7,500. This year should be cheaper, but still, it seems like a large expense.
Yeah,
It's tough. Like I said, we got a cheaper rate this year, but then we're doing more too. So it's like, and
Yeah.
every year, that's the whole point. Like we want to grow, we want to do more. So
That's what I was gonna say, if you have
Yeah.
a passenger van, you could do more in that teenage population that is kind of a little neglected, I mean, just can't help it right now, so
right,
they could be doing things as well.
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I guess maybe we could. I don't know, Adam, if you wanted to start investigating what it would be to
Yeah.
buy it, what the initial cost would be to buy something, and then maybe we pose that at to the town, and if over extending this budget line, we can write something up during town meeting, like of how we recouped some of that money and.
It's not abnormal, just so everybody's at ease. There's plenty of times where the rest of the budget, there are certain lines that go over, but all that matters is the bottom line. So
Right.
it's You just have to tighten your belt in other places.
Well, and again, as you grow as a committee slash program, so next year we up the
Bump
budget,
it up,
and I don't know. I mean, that's how I look at it. Like, we don't know how much we spend until we spend it. And then it's like, oh, well, this worked. Let's do it again. Or, nope, that was too many days at the lake or whatever. So it's all growing.
Well, that's something that we can keep
and
in mind
learning.
for the budget,
Yeah.
that we can bump things up.
Right.
Because it would be nice during vacation weeks during the school year too, for some stuff to go on for the
Mhm.
kids too.
Well, and it's like, do we buy a bus or do we buy three? Right, buy 3 vans.
3.
Yep.
Jeez.
How many,
Oh.
I wonder how many
One
students
bus,
are,
I mean,
those
think about
small
it,
buses
right.
fit?
42. 42 students and 3 adults on a short bus.
Because I don't think,
65 or 67 on
you
a
don't
large
need a
bus.
CDL for those, do you, those little
No,
ones? I didn't
Not
think so.
usually.
Yeah.
Well, the vans you don't. The little buses you might.
Oh,
but-
okay.
You don't need a CDL, I don't believe,
Okay.
because they're all automatic and
Yeah, but do you need, over so much gross weight, don't you need, your,
You need a
Medical
medical
card to
card.
drive it.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go help.
Liability might be a little.
You guys have any questions, let me know.
Insurance, like, we just gotta look into all that,
Yeah.
cause that
Yeah.
could be a fortune too.
and would it be like brand new, or would it be like used, or would it be like, where do you even look? Like,
And I guess that segues into the fundraising component too. Somebody mentioned maybe doing like a burger type night over in Tamworth, stuff like that, like the flatbread, like maybe we should start doing a lot of those type of events to really start fundraising toward this stuff. The program will grow if we, push
Was it
those.
Dine to Donate? Yeah, those are
Yeah.
usually great. We need to do more stuff like that.
Another thing we could look at is like what Tamworth did is they're renting those vans.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost wonder,
It's more expensive though,
do you? I wasn't sure, but
cause I think they're more of like a luxury kind of thing than it is,
yeah,
considered a luxury instead of a bus.
yeah.
I don't know, but
All right. So then, I guess we don't have anything else there for the planning. Planning for the next 6 months. I just figured, I know we have fall sports. We have our, we'll have basketball, soccer, and are we doing track?
that'll be in the spring.
Okay, that's gonna be a
Field
spring
hockey.
thing.
Field hockey.
Oh, field hockey.
Flag
Okay.
football and soccer are
Flag
fall
football this year.
sports.
I
We
like
always
that.
do it, but Freedom does it.
Oh,
So we-
okay,
It's open to Madison,
okay.
so we technically don't do anything, but just advertise for them. But they run it. Yeah, Freedom runs it.
Okay.
Okay. I know I was one thing I wanted to try to do is I was talking about how Smitty's does they do the $6 Tuesdays, so I was thinking about reaching out to Tamworth and Freedom to see if they would want to pull in a teen night and maybe go to the movies there. If that ends up being a little too much, then we'll just take up Jen's offer and bring them to Freedom. The new Jurassic Park is out. I think a
Mhm.
lot of the kids would like that.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably use the popcorn machine. So if cost ends up being a thing or that ends up being too much, then maybe we just take Jen up on doing a teen night, maybe 11 to 15-year-olds
Mm-hmm.
and doing that there. So I'll reach out to them. I did reach out to Jim from the rec email
Mm-hmm.
about scheduling a meeting to get on their agenda.
When's that meeting? August what? I saw that he said yes, but I didn't know when it was.
I think
might be
it
on my
is. It's
calendar.
it's normally the first Monday of the month.
Oh, August 4th. Yep, August 4th. Okay. Perfect.
So outside of those sports, I don't think we have anything else. I think one thing we were going to try to do, which I think we should set a date for before insanity starts to happen, is a fundraising event. We talked about doing the country dance at the preserve.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should try to get a time on the calendar
Mm-hmm.
and take Megan up on that offer.
August 4th is softball night. Do you have to go to that meeting?
Mm-hmm. Guess I don't have to play softball. That worked out well. No,
yeah, it's just-
yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah.
And I mean, I get, if you wanted to like give me a list, cause I have no choice but to be at that,
Right.
so.
No, I just, with the gym floor being redone, I wanted to kind of get that ball rolling. Of,
Yeah.
like, we needed a awards, what is it, case, area to put our awards in, pictures, just stuff, the
Yeah.
rec stuff. And then I did talk to Mike Brooks this morning about, he already wanted to do a new, plaque for the dedication, and like there's two plaques. There's one above the gym doors that says established in 1990 or whatever, and then there's another plaque that's crooked, drives me absolutely nuts. But and it's the dedication to James Noyes, and that's like a big deal, and
Yeah,
it's crooked.
yeah.
But anyway, so just to update those, and he even said like, can we condense them and make one nice plaque that has all of it on there. I just feel like they'll have like a grand opening at some point. I don't know.
No, I
We
agree.
should have like a public opening of the new gym floor, and
Yeah.
Is that being done right now? Have you
Yeah,
seen
it
it?
should be done.
it's
in-
stripped. That's it right now. It's just stripped. So the
Okay.
red is gone, but that's it.
It should be
Anything else?
done though before Old Home Week, right?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. But anyway, so I just wanted to get
Well,
that
that would have been a nice
going.
time to do like a grand opening type thing.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What is the anticipated date that they were going to complete the floor?
The start date was the 23rd, so June 23rd, which that happened, and they were really quick. They stripped it, dug up the old floor, and now it's just sitting there. But I guess they're coming back Friday, I heard.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. So
Okay.
they may be a little behind. I'm not sure.
They probably can whip that right out though.
I couldn't believe how quickly they got rid of the old one.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it will be done.
Yeah.
That would
I
be
watched
nice.
somebody do a patio at my work in like 2 days. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh, yeah.
that's like crazy. They do it so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
All right, so fall, we got the sports down. I guess come September, we could talk more about any more programming that we want to do. I think I'm just thinking like for the country dance, realistically, I don't think we'd be able to make that happen until like maybe October time frame.
That's a nice time to do it, I feel like, too, then.
Yeah.
We just need people that will work on it. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, we can work with Megan. Like I said, like my goal is to not have our meeting in August, our rec meeting.
Oh.
Unless you guys want it, or I just figured a lot of
We
people
have
are
a lot.
away.
A lot of stuff coming up, because then we're also talking about like getting pumpkins and doing the pumpkin stuff, and if we're gonna do Halloween Town, you know, like there's a lot coming up.
So
We may, I don't know, I mean, it's up to you guys, but there's a lot coming up that we may need to nail down.
Fall is kind of big, isn't it?
And it comes quick between
Yeah,
school
it's
starting
already-
sports, and then all of
Yeah,
a sudden
back
it's
to school.
Halloween, right,
Stuff's already started.
right.
so it would be the 13th,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean I'm fine either way. Like
I can do
just
it.
all right. I just wanted to make sure. I actually kept thinking it was the 6th, but that's the end of July, and then because I thought you'd be away. I thought
Yeah.
Old Home Week would be, but it's the following week. So yeah, we can do that.
I mean, I guess, again, the biggest things would be those events coming up. Sports is pretty much ready, you know. Same coaches, same stuff like that. It's like all of our fall activities and events that come up, and then all of a sudden we don't have what we need, you know. We just gotta decide if we're gonna do all those things. Like we didn't do the turkey trot last year. Do we wanna do that? Try and get some dates.
Yeah, I think one thing what always happens, and being mindful, I think most of us at the table, like, it's during our working hours, so it's like trying to find people to volunteer that maybe aren't working during those hours, or, you know, unless we take time off, so, but we could definitely figure that out. I mean, another thing that would be nice is, like I said, if we come to the table next month with some thoughts and things that we would like to do, and say that was one of them, maybe even like having some dates in mind. Because I know that we've been saying we want to do cornhole as a fundraiser. And I definitely think, you know, we should try to make that happen, but it's just timing, you know. All right, so with that, I didn't have anything else. I just figured I'd open it up and ask you guys if you had anything, or.
So on the old country, the country dance, we're gonna ask, that's gonna be at the preserve.
Yeah, Megan said that we could do it at the preserve.
It's like a burger thing, I don't know why.
And
Burger night.
they did have a burger night, and she
Oh, is that
wanted
what
us
it
all
was?
to go.
Oh, okay.
But it was more like an open house type thing, I think. So, but yeah, if we could get down like a date to do that, like if we did it the 25th, let's say, of October, or the 18th, yeah, the 18th or something, you know.
Is that like a weekday?
No, is it? No, it's a
I'm just
weekend.
thinking that, October is very busy with weddings for them. So I don't know if we'll get a weekend day.
Okay. I'll ask her. If not, I mean, we could always go into the first weekend of November.
Yeah, maybe we can just ask her
What
to.
about a dine to donate as well, something like that.
I know, I'd really like to do that.
I know, like, a lot of people do it at what, Flatbread. Tuckerman does it too, right? Don't they do
Tuckerman's,
something?
I think, does, the Yankee Smokehouse do it?
I think they do it. So how do we initiate that? Like, what would we just call them?
I could look into it.
A dime to donate?
Yeah, do you want me to take that on?
Yeah.
I mind. Okay.
That would be great.
I know that our, the PTO did a dine to donate at Flatbread, so I don't know if we wanna reach
I'll
out.
check into Tuckerman.
Flatbread does a
and
lot of
Flatbread.
fun. Tuckerman's does too, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a Tuckerman fan.
No,
I
we
am
should.
too, yeah.
I think we could get away with potentially doing, like, maybe not this year, but maybe next year. Like, I remember when I was in school, I used to sell candy bars. I feel like if
Set
we
the box,
had
I
our
remember
kids,
that.
yeah,
God,
I feel
ate
like
the
we
whole
could get
box.
our
My mom's like,
right.
I forgot about that.
Guess
Yeah.
we're buying the box.
I did too.
Like, put our little rec kids to work, like.
Or like they
That's
used
a
to do
great
Yankee
idea.
candles too, remember? I don't know if you guys
Maybe
remember
we
that.
can do something like that at the Old Home Week, when we do
And the
craft
car
fair,
wash
or
and
the
stuff?
car wash, the craft fair. We can just order a bunch of them. No?
Candy bars?
Yeah.
We won't make it for the car wash, but but maybe. I thought you guys meant like an organization that does it.
That's what I was
The
thinking.
kids have the box.
And
People
right.
like it. I think people
I know.
like that instead
Yeah.
of
They
always
do.
ordering
Get
something
Sarah
and
to
waiting.
watch,
You
you
get
know.
it right then.
Yes, people do
She
love
knows
it.
about all that fundraising stuff.
Who?
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not gonna tell us because we'll be taken away from the PTO.
Only thing I want to stay away from is Little Caesars. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that
Or
sounds
no,
stupid.
you know how like Kennett does their poinsettias, like even
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They-
love all that stuff.
I got a lot of hangers for Project
Right,
Brad.
the
They were really
hangers,
nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, we
Mom
could do
pies,
something like that for
mums.
October.
For people do the mums.
Mums, yeah.
Yeah, we could. I bet you we could buy a bunch of mums. How do we grow them ourselves? Should we started last year?
There's programs for that too.
Or like pie. Someone did pies for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You order pies and then you
There's
pick
an
them up.
organization for mums though too, because one of my nieces, a cheerleader in Bedford, Mass, and their squad has this program that they use that you order your mums ahead of time and then you come pick them up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So
Oh,
I
I
can
like
go
that.
back and look on her feed there and
Yeah.
look into that a little bit too.
Do you want to look into those
Yeah,
two things then?
sure.
The fundraising and the.
I think the mums is a great idea though.
Mm-hmm.
The pies is too.
I always kick myself like, oh, I wish we thought of that, you know? Poinsettias or
And I think
something.
doing these things is really like not, I mean, it's gonna get us out there in many ways too.
Exactly.
I mean, because I feel like the program's growing, but we're not, that's not directed toward anyone, but like we're not doing a whole,
Mhm.
everybody's doing a lot, but not, you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Try to be gentle.
Well,
and
and
on
we have
every
all
order
these
of
great
moms, we'll stick one of
ideas,
our stickers on it.
But then life happens and
It
we
does, yeah,
like, right.
but I can always make time.
No, I do,
So-
when I'm doing the minutes, I'm like, oh yeah, we talked about that. I gotta get that going again.
Another
Yeah.
thing I really want to do, which I'll bring it to August meeting, is I would like to do a baking championship thing with the kids. Like have them sign up and either be teams or something and do like and have people come in to judge. I think the kids would absolutely love that. So
That sounds fun.
yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah. So I don't think I have anything else unless you guys do.
And as I'm navigating through this process for the mums and dying to donate, who's the best person to contact? Should I send it to the whole group as I'm moving along, or is there one person so it's not an overflow of messages?
I think
it's-
everybody.
Yeah, the
Okay.
group.
Yeah. Yeah, then we all know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if we can help or
Right.
do anything, somebody can
Mhm.
chime in.
That'll be cool.
And I'm sorry if I don't answer because I'm really bad at texting back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of different places too, like even Jalisco's.
But that would be a fun dine to know.
I heard that a lot of programs that use Tucker Minutes, not that I favor them, they do very well.
Well,
Wonder
yeah.
why.
Everybody loves temperaments.
Well, if we did at least.
Well, I think a lot, in a lot of
Yeah,
people use that
exactly.
excuse that's they're gonna be their night out, you know, the
Mm.
parents and stuff, and they're
It's
going
nice
there.
because you can go out as parents, but then you can bring your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
Are we adjourning?
Yeah, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All right.
All
All
in
in favor?
favor?
Um,
Aye.
All right.